What if the reason you can't lose belly fat has nothing to do with your diet, nothing to do with your workouts, and everything to do with what you do in the first 30 minutes after you open your eyes? Here's something your doctor probably never told you. Every single morning, your body enters a powerful fat-burning state completely on its own. No pill, no protein shake, no gym required. Your metabolism literally primes itself to burn stored belly fat while you're still half asleep. And every single morning, most people destroy it before they even get out of bed. Not because they're lazy, not because they're unhealthy, because they follow the exact habits everyone around them follows, and those habits are silently working against them every day. Stay with me, because once you understand what's actually happening inside your body in those first 30 minutes, fat loss will never look the same to you again. Let's talk about what's happening the moment you wake up. Biologically, after 7 to 8 hours of sleep, your insulin levels have dropped to their absolute lowest point. And low insulin is the key that unlocks your fat cells. When insulin is down, an enzyme called hormone-sensitive lipase activates and begins pulling stored fat out of your cells and feeding it into your bloodstream as energy. At the same time, your glycogen, the sugar stored in your muscles and liver, has been slowly depleted overnight. Your body has been running on it for hours while you slept, so by morning, the tank is nearly empty. With sugar fuel running low, your metabolism shifts toward fat as its primary source. And on top of that, your growth hormone, which spikes during deep sleep, is still elevated in those early morning hours. Growth hormone directly targets visceral fat, that stubborn, dangerous fat packed around your organs and under your belly. It signals your body to break it down and use it. So in those first 30 minutes after waking, your body is not just willing to burn fat, it is specifically hunting it. This state is real, it is measurable. Scientists call it the fasted metabolic window, and it is one of the only times of day your body preferentially burns visceral belly fat without any extra effort from you. But here is the brutal truth. This window is incredibly fragile, and most people slam it shut within minutes, without ever knowing it existed. The first thing most people do when they wake up is reach for their phone. You check your messages, you scroll through notifications, maybe a stressful email, maybe the news. Your brain, which hasn't fully come online yet, begins processing all of it as potential threat signals. Your amygdala fires, and within seconds, your body releases a cortisol spike. Cortisol is your stress hormone. In small, controlled amounts in the morning, it's actually helpful. It gives you energy and focus. But when it spikes due to stress, it does something devastating to your metabolism. It signals your body to protect its energy reserves, meaning it starts locking fat away instead of releasing it. The fat-burning window begins to close. Then comes coffee. And before anyone sends angry comments, coffee is not the villain here. Timing is. When you drink caffeine on an empty stomach with no nutrients, it amplifies that cortisol spike even further. It also depletes key minerals like magnesium and potassium that your metabolism depends on. The hormonal environment shifts further away from fat burning. And then breakfast. Most people reach for something that feels healthy. Toast, oatmeal, a banana, cereal, maybe even a smoothie loaded with fruit. Here's what happens biologically. The moment carbohydrates hit your system, your insulin spikes. And insulin, remember, is the lock on your fat cells. The moment it rises, hormone-sensitive lipase shuts down. Fat release stops. Your body switches from burning stored energy to processing the glucose you just gave it. In under 30 minutes, 3 normal everyday habits just dismantled your body's most powerful fat-burning state. And this happens every morning, quietly, invisibly, repeatedly. If this is already changing how you think about fat loss, hit that like button right now. It helps more people find this video. And if you want to learn more about how your metabolism actually works, subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Now let's talk about exactly how to fix this. There are 5 specific actions that work with your morning biology instead of against it. Done in sequence, they extend your fat-burning window from 30 minutes to several hours. Miss one, and the chain weakens. Get them right, and your body does the heavy lifting automatically. Action 1. Fasted movement. Before you eat anything, before coffee, before food, move your body at a gentle, steady pace. A 20 to 30-minute walk is all it takes. Not a sprint, not a HIIT session, a walk. Here's why this matters. Your glycogen is low, your insulin is low. Fat cells are already open. When you add light movement now, your muscles need energy, and with no sugar available, they pull directly from stored fat. High-intensity exercise at this stage would spike cortisol and potentially reverse the process. But slow, steady movement keeps everything in your fat-burning favor. Action 2. Cold exposure. After your walk, expose your body to cold. This can be a cold shower, even just 30 to 60 seconds of cold water at the end of a warm one. When cold hits your skin, your nervous system releases norepinephrine, a signaling molecule that activates a special tissue called brown adipose fat, or brown fat. Brown fat is different from regular body fat. It doesn't store energy, it burns it. Specifically, it generates heat by incinerating stored fat, and research shows that the fuel it prefers is visceral fat. Cold exposure can keep your metabolic rate elevated for hours after the stimulus ends. Action 3. Protein first. When you're ready to eat, choose protein before anything else. Eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, lean meat. Here's the science. Protein triggers glucagon instead of insulin. Glucagon is the opposite of insulin. It signals your body to keep releasing stored fat for energy. So instead of slamming the fat-burning window shut, your first meal actually keeps it open and running. Step outside within the first hour of waking and let natural light reach your eyes. Not through glass, not filtered through sunglasses. Just a few minutes of direct morning light. When your retinas detect that wavelength of light, they send a signal directly to your brain's master clock, your circadian rhythm control center. This resets your entire biological timing system. It sharpens your cortisol rhythm so it follows its healthy curve, and it triggers the release of a hormone called adiponectin, which directly enhances fat oxidation and reduces visceral fat accumulation. Without this reset, your metabolism runs slightly off phase all day. With it, everything sharpens. Action 5. Protect the first moments. Put your phone face down for the first 30 minutes. Do not check messages. Do not scroll. Let your brain fully come online before feeding it stress signals. This one habit protects every other action you've taken, because one stress spike can undo the entire chain within minutes. Here's what this routine looks like altogether. You wake up. You do not touch your phone. You put on your shoes and walk for 25 minutes. You come back and step into a 30-second cold rinse. You go outside, face the morning sky, and give your eyes a few minutes of natural light. You sit down and eat eggs, or yogurt, or whatever protein source you prefer. And that's it. No fasting protocol, no extreme diet, no supplement stack, no 5 a.m. spin class. Your body has been doing this work every morning, waiting for you to stop interrupting it. The difference between someone who loses belly fat steadily and someone who stays stuck despite trying everything is almost never effort. It is almost always timing. They are both working hard, but one of them is working with their biology, and one of them is accidentally working against it every single morning. Your body opens this window every single morning without fail. Now you know how to keep it open. If this video gave you something real, something you can use tomorrow morning, share it with one person who needs to hear it. And drop a comment telling me which of these 5 actions you're starting with. I read every single one. Subscribe if you haven't already. There's a lot more coming on how your metabolism actually works, and none of it is what the fitness industry wants you to believe. I'll see you in the next one.